Walk into any Apple store and you might find a display of all different kinds of things that are not Apple made. Some of those might be drones, some might be headphones, but one other thing I found was a camera system called the Insta360 One X, and it comes in a bundle.
It comes with the following thing. So, this is the bundle. Here's the camera. Here's that
the bullet time handle that is a tripod also, and the invisible selfie stick.
So the other thing that this comes with is 2 batteries, 1, 2, and it comes with the camera itself, tiny little thing, crazy. Put that back in here. It comes with this tripod, and this comes with a tripod. It has like a little cap here that you can put the 360 on. And this is a kind of like a little tripod. Allow you to set it up, and it also has a connection here to hook up the bottom of the long handle so that you can spin it around, and actually has like a little loosener so that when this spins around it will be loose and you can sort of set the tension on that. So it'd be interesting to try that out. But I'm super excited to try this whole thing out. So here's the extended arm, and so you can pull it out to, what is that, about 4 feet. That's as far as it will go. But when you put the camera on the end of this thing and you hold it down here, this whole rod disappears. Hold it out in front of you and it will make you disappear. So we're going to go check that out too. But like I said, it has a 1/4 28 screw on the end of here that you can attach this to and spin it around. It'll be interesting to see how those look. Collapse this. It comes with a manual, quick guide, these. I love the packaging on this. It comes with these 3 boxes here. One basically to connect to your phone, the other to connect to your computer, and a carrying case. This is carry, which once you take it out, you can sort of slip it in this little carrying case and carry it with you to protect the lenses. Carry it with you, take it out, use it. This is the USB connection, and then the other connection, mini USB to the various phones. So we have a mini USB to iPhone, mini USB to mini USB, and mini USB to USB-C. So nice connections there. So very excited about trying this out. It's be interesting to see how much charge this has on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in my camera right now. It has a compartment on the side here. It basically opens up and you can put in a battery. Like the little connections go down, and it actually has like a little tab down here. Underneath this little tab is where the card goes. The card is already inside. So, quick start guide, and it has about 8 pages of English, and the rest are the other languages here. So, the bigger button is button 1, and the smaller button is button 2. Power on. Press and hold button 2, which is a smaller button. Alright, got the little screens coming up there. Right now it says I can take 7,350 18 megapixel pictures. We powered it on, and when the camera on, press button 2 to switch the camera modes. So I'm going to press button 2, and now we're in video. It will take 40 minutes at 4.7K, 30 frames per second. And then you have the settings. And so basically, this main button is what starts and stops the recording, the button 1. And there's basically nothing to the those type of buttons. Basically, you do everything within this camera, and I'm excited to get out there and try it. Nice, solid box. So why did I get this camera? Well,
I was mainly interested in all the features. I mean, besides having a 5.7K video, 18 megapixel photos, flow state stabilization, 360 capture, slow motion, an invisible selfie stick, Wi-Fi preview and transfer, time shift, HDR, both in iPhone, iPad, and Android. I mean, what's not to love? I was really looking forward to the stabilization, because having a stable image when you're using 360 is super important.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start doing some footage so you can see what's going on. Alright.
So here I am on my one wheel, and I'm got the selfie stick, and you can't really tell that it's in my hand. It's pretty amazing. Almost like a drone. Now you can actually see the shadow there. But it is pretty darn amazing. You know, after I got this shot, I went onto my phone and actually controlled which way the camera was facing. I didn't have to do anything. Just holding the stick still was just what I was doing, and then later I was able to do the shot. It was just amazing.
See how it does in the darkness.
Now I've used other cameras and shot at nighttime, but I was totally impressed with the Insta360 One X. This was the first time I was able to use it out with my group of one-wheel riders, and you know, we had some lights on, and there were some lights from the street light, but I was super impressed with the ability to see all the detail around me. And this was about 11:30 at night. I was really impressed with how well it did at nighttime. Now I did do a really dark street, like with no light, and I can show you what that looks like.
Okay, so we're gonna go for a little walk. See how this does for a little bit.
I walked up to the top of my court and then walked back down, and I had it in sort of fast motion, so it didn't take forever. But with just, you know, single lights on the houses, it didn't look too bad. I decided to take it on the stick and just sort of walk to where my church is, and I'm walking from my truck, and this just sped it up a little bit here.
You look like you're bearing the Olympic torch. I am. You went out. That's coming in. You go and grab it.
I love being able to use the software to direct what the camera sees after the shot has been taken.
This is for my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
It's a little 360 camera.
And the software is so easy to use. Inside my church, it is super dark, and but the stage is all lit up. They have cameras that shoot the stage, but I was amazed that the camera was able to take this well a picture in such a dark environment. Since these initial recordings, I had a bad fall off my one wheel while I was recording with the Insta360, and yeah, I broke my leg, and was in a wheelchair, and now I'm in crutches.
Alright, so since I'm still in this wheelchair, and I want to show you a little bit about the Insta360. One thing that I've never done on the Insta360 is do the bullet time.
So the bullet time is made famous by the movie The Matrix, and Keanu Reeves was showing how he can dodge bullets. And he was able to do that through a rig of cameras in a circular rig that was taking one frame at a time in a pattern to make the bullet time. So with the Insta360, we can simulate that same action without all the other cameras and all the other expensive hardware.
I'll go ahead and demonstrate it here in my wheelchair. So basically, you have the design for bullet time rod here, but it also has this tripod. And on the tripod, you have this sort of little dial. Let's see if I can show you that. You see the little hash marks there? So by basically turning this one way or the other, you can sort of see it sort of move down. If you turn it like this, then this thing, you know, spins freely. But if you tighten it back up, then that becomes stationary, and then you have essentially the tripod, you know, version with the head not moving at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it back the other way and, you know, basically put it in open position. I'm going to screw the end of this on. Yep, Roger. It's early in the morning, so right now if I swing this around, it does that. Now I'm going to take my camera, which I'm just going to leave on the end here until I'm ready to start swinging. And now it is ready to go into bullet time. One thing you have to do is sort of extend it. Now, I don't have a whole lot of room here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll down this hill here and swing it around, and then you can see what it looks like. All right.
Okay, so I'm outside and I'm gonna work with the Insta360 on the bullet time, and come to find out that everything I did this morning is not going to work in bullet time because you have to put it in the bullet time mode. So I'm going to show you how I do that now. Hold it down again and we're back to standard video. So I'm going to hold it down one time. I'm going to go into bullet time. Okay, so I got the Insta360 again. It's on the bullet time handle. It's on the invisible selfie stick, and I got the cover on, and we're going to try this again in bullet time this time. Okay, yes, it is doing bullet time, and it is rotating around me and staying focused right on the camera handle. But I just don't understand, unless you had a lot of action, I don't see how useful this would be. So here I am playing with it inside my office area, and one thing I was trying to determine is, could you use it just as a sort of hold it up and use it as a video camera? But one thing to note is that you have no audio, and bullet time is always going to be in 100 frames per second. So you got to keep that in mind. Even if you sped it up, you still would not have any audio. So interesting. I mean, it's nice that you can sort of spin around and you know, have it sort of like it's a drone rotating around you, but without audio. Hey guys, I've been working with the Insta360 One X camera, and one of the things that I've been sort of struggling with is taking it out on adventures where you're going swimming, or you're out doing something really dangerous, possibly damaging the camera. And I've done a lot of one-wheeling and dropped it several times. One time so bad that it scratched the lens. And so what I want to do is I want to get a case for it, and Insta360 has a case called the Venture Case. And I'm going to show you how that works right now. Okay, so this is the Insta360 One X Venture Case. I just bought it online. I just got it. I'm going to open it up and show it to you so you can see. This case. There. And open it up. Comes with your instruction manual. Nice little foam pore protection in the case. And it comes with a smaller case so that you can put it inside, and it comes with these little anti-fog
strips, so that when you're going to be in different kinds of weather, going in and out of cold to hot or hot to cold, that you can put these inside the case and it will stop the fog on the inside of the lens. But this here is the Insta360 case, venture case. It comes with these protection pieces here. I'm going to go ahead and take those off. And these protect the lens in shipping, I guess. And they're really clear lenses there. So the Insta360 Venture case comes with a mount, quarter 28 mount, and a mount for GoPro type accessories. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the GoPro mount here, because essentially this outer case is what allows you to sort of put it on tripods or put it on the selfie stick and that kind of thing. So just take off that adapter and pry this case out of here, and then you have the inner case. So you have the outer case and the inner case, and you can sort of see the it has these sort of rubber buttons, and this actually is your waterproof case up to 5 meters. You basically pull down this little latch here and then open this little door, and that's what keeps the case shut. And if you can sort of see this little rubber lining, essentially that's what keeps it from getting wet. So what I what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the Insta360 camera right here, and actually put it down inside so you can sort of see what it looks like in the Insta360 shot as I'm putting it in the case. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And switch it to video. And it looks like I have about 14 minutes left on this SD card. So I'm going to go ahead and start recording. And we're recording. And I'm going to go ahead and put it right inside this case and lock it shut. And now it's in this case, and we should be able to see what that looks like. Now in the software, you can use the software to go ahead and remove the Venture case. I'm going to go ahead and put it in its surrounding also, the big case here, the big frame, I should say. There is like a little tab up top here that goes into this little slot on the frame, and that's what I'm trying to line up. Got that lined up. Now it's ready to go into its frame here. Now I'm not going to go ahead and do this. But as you can see, I should still have control over the buttons. I'm going to go ahead and stop it, and it's saving. It did about a minute of that, and so I'm going to go ahead and switch it now to the camera, and I'm just going to go ahead and take one picture. Do that. Right now outside the air is really hot. It's cool inside here. Going outside there into a hot climate, I imagine it might get some condensation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put one of these little fog strips inside the camera, so that we don't get that kind of stuff happening. These things are probably susceptible to air, so I recommend that you put them in airtight container so that they don't get unusable. Alright, so I'm going to take this out again. And in the instructions, they recommend you putting the little tab, the anti-fog tab, right at the very top of the camera. Anti-fog insert, they call it. So I'm going to cut open one of these. Get me a tab. Looks like they come with about 6 for a little pack here. Tab up there, camera inside. I can put it on my invisible selfie stick, and we're gonna go try it out. Walk around. Well, walk around. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna try to walk around on my crutches and see what it looks like. There's a fountain outside, so I'm gonna try to see if I can put it underneath the fountain and sort of see what that looks like.
So I'm going to spare you all the really bad noise there, and what I wanted you to notice is that how the camera did coming from a shaded area to a bright sunlight. It did really well. So I'm stepping down these steps and I'm heading towards a fountain, and I've stopped here. I've actually already stuck it in the water so you can see the rain droplets on it, but I'm extending the pole a little bit out here. And here we go. Notice the lenses can't really adjust for the water and from one lens to the other. I thought that was really interesting, that outside it can adjust but not inside water. One thing I wanted to point out is the switch for waterproof case. When you press that little button, you get this, whether you're using a venture case or a dive case. And so here's a comparison. If you don't turn on that button, what you get is on the left, and when you do use the venture case, the stitches it very well. I mean, this has been in the water, so you can see some bubbles there, but it's actually doing really well as far as stitching goes. And that case is like almost an inch wide, so I was really impressed with the stitching of the venture case. Thanks for watching, and if you like these videos and like to see some more, go ahead and click subscribe, and remember to hit like and hit the little bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching.